Among the cargoes regularly transported down the railway line through the heart of London's major development, the site where countless thousands will soon be arriving from across the globe for the great B&Q Self-Assembly Olympics, are flasks containing highly radioactive nuclear rods shipped from Sizewell in Suffolk and Dungeness in Kent to Sellafield on the Cumbrian coast. When the Nuclear Trains Action Group contacted the Olympic Development Authority to ask if these convoys would continue to run through the period of the Games, they received no reply. Mayor Johnson knows nothing, remains silent. He has other, more pressing problems. It was only when I studied privately commissioned reports of investigations into extensive radioactive contamination of the 2012 site that I appreciated the implication of the punctured water pipes I'd seen gushing into the River Lee, as Ian Griffiths revealed in an article in The Guardian. Contrary to government guidelines, waste from thorium and radium had been mixed with low-level waste and buried in a so-called disposal cell, a cell which was placed about 500 meters to the north of the Olympic Stadium. You could not nominate in all of London more challenging ground for a landscape blitz, a ticking clock assault on the devastated residue of industrial history, insecticide and fertilizer works, paint factories, distillers of gin, gas mantle manufacturers, bone grinders, waste, dumped, buried, disturbed, distributed, decay, putrefaction, tire mounds, shirtless men smashing white goods with hammers, and the dust. The particulates, hot cinders, blind warehouses with bundles of rags and damp paper waiting for insurance fires, petrol reek, black ash, oily smoke saturates fouls underwear. In the dirt they prospect the pinstripe outsiders, the compliant bureaucrats, the sanctioned buck passers. This was where London University carried out experiments with a now decommissioned nuclear reactor, an area so far off the official map, so hidden within a nexus of dark waterways, that it functioned as the dumping ground of choice for what Parry-Davies refers to as uncontrolled deposits of radioactive thorium. In an Open Dalston blog, Bill presents a photograph by Mike Wells showing clouds of dust and a skip with unsealed bags of asbestos material during demolition of the Clays Lane estate. In the Lee Bank Square estate, residents were concerned about dust from the Olympic site. A recognized pathway to contamination, Parry-Davies said, is by a person inhaling radioactive dust particles. Thorium is particularly hazardous. When their worries were published on a website, the ODA threatened the Lee Blank whistleblowers with legal proceedings. Rumors were rife. I was told that the only consequence of the remediating exercise was to spread low-level radioactivity across the entire landscape of the Olympic enclosure, the dividing fiefdoms of competing contractors. Toxic soil removed from the stadium was stored alongside bundles of Japanese knotweed, suggesting delirious Quatermass mutations, vegetal triffid creatures slouching towards Westfield to be born. What remains in these rubbish topographies is a category of war zone architecture: concrete bunkers, electrified fences, unexplained posts, burnt-out warehouses, stripped woodland, and fouled water. Grand project development is accidental archaeology. It's a seance with future ruins.